Merch Monday and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's vlog because today we are Disney shopping, but we're doing one of my favorite things to do as a Disney local, and that is doing some Disney thrifting. If you're not subscribed yet, this is one of your first times ever seeing my videos. My name is Jordan. Thanks for watching, and I'm a Disney local. We live about 10 minutes away from Walt Disney World, and it's just like a crazy lifestyle of living really close to a theme park. So one of my favorite things to do is go to Goodwill and see what Disney things we can find. So I just parked at one of my favorite Goodwills, and I've posted about this multiple times on my Instagram and my TikTok, but this is my first ever YouTube video at this Goodwill. So we personally live in Winter Garden, and the Winter Garden Goodwill honestly seems new, or maybe they renovated it recently since we moved here. So my favorite Goodwill is the one in Winter Garden. So that's where we are today, and I'm super excited to bring you guys along. I've personally never vlogged in here, and it can get a little crazy, I feel like, and really busy. So depending on the vibes, I'll either like chat with you guys inside and see what we find, or I might have to record and voice over later. We'll kind of have to see how busy it is inside. This area can get kind of busy, but let's go into one of my favorite Goodwills in Winter Garden and see what Disney things we can find. If you're in the Winter Garden area, you have to go to this Goodwill. Of course, it's your standard Goodwill. You're gonna find all of the random things, but this one has so many good Disney finds. And the reason I love it the most is because they do kind of group all of the Disney stuff in little sections. So you can usually go to one spot and find it all. First up, they usually have a lot of bags. One of my favorite finds of the day was this red, white, and blue Disney Cruise Line bag. I love a good tote bag, and this one was really nice and really cute. They will mostly always have lots and lots of souvenir cups, which I love. I love finding old designs, new designs, and just seeing all of the different cups. This one with the OG Walt Disney World sign is always a favorite. I love the water park ones, and again, they have old ones and they have new ones. I actually got this water park one in the parks last year. This was the design. I don't know if they have a new one in the parks this year. Growing up, going to Walt Disney World, we always had a souvenir cup. It was one of like the most nostalgic things looking back at staying at a Disney resort. So if you want to find some really cool old, new souvenir mugs, they usually have some really great ones. I also feel like this is one of the most nostalgic things is the Disney fans, and they usually have them here. If you didn't want to pay full price in the park, you would just have to hope that batteries would make it work. Another one of my favorite things to find is any Disney merch with the year on it. I feel like it just makes you go back to that time and old times in the parks. And they actually even had some Starbucks tumblers, which I feel like is a good find. And not only Walt Disney World, but also Disneyland. If you're a mug person, they usually have lots of Disney mugs too. I would say the best mug of the day though was this gingerbread one from the Grand Floridian, and it even had Sleeping Beauty on it. This was a funny find because I actually have this set. I believe I got it at the Disney Character Warehouse, but it's funny to see that it is now here at Goodwill. I use that set all the time. They also not only have Disney stuff, but you can also find some Universal stuff sprinkled in. I loved these Disney Cruise Line lanyards, manifesting a Disney cruise soon. I feel like we need to go on one. I honestly could just walk around in here for hours because they have so much random stuff, and I love finding all of the little things. This was another one of my favorite finds of the day, this Walt Disney World clock, and the front and back were beautiful. The ear collections here usually go up and down, but you most likely can always find some type of ears or hat. Today they had a lot of the Mickey hats with the ears on it, even one of the Disney wedding groom ones, which I thought was a good find, and then also this 45th anniversary hat. I come here pretty often, and I would say I have found some really good ear finds here, and that's one of my favorite things to find. Old ears that you can no longer get in the park, so they're just super, super special. Next up were plushes. So again, this is all at the front of the park where the Disney stuff is all sectioned out, so it's nice that you can kind of just go through the section and see what you can find. And they did have lots of plushies. This Dumbo one was really cute. Sven, and then they also even had a little tiny Marie, and she was super, super sweet. I did grow up with a Minnie Mouse pillow pet, and this kind of reminded me of it. It was funny looking. And then I don't remember ever seeing these come out, but they actually had some Jungle Book vans, and they were really, really cool and would be a good find for someone. I also love finding old photo albums and photo books, and they had this really cute wedding one from the Disney Cruise Line that you could put your cruise photos in, and then also some photo frames. But this is another cool find of the day, this Mickey Mouse passport or Disney passport holder, and then even a Little Mermaid notebook. The details on this were super, super cute. If anyone knows what this Mickey celebration print might be from, I thought it was a really cool find. That was mostly everything I saw in the Disney section, but I always walk through the aisles to see what other stuff we can find, and I spotted a little Tiana beignet cup, more fans, and again, these are a really great price, only $5.99, and it's kind of just fingers crossed that batteries work. This is very, very random, but they did have a Gatorland cup, which made me think, if you guys have never heard of Gatorland, it's like a crazy place here in Orlando, and CJ and I actually really like it, so if you'd want to see a vlog there, let me know. And then the Space 220 cup, we really want to go there. It's just been really hard to get a reservation. I would say though, if I had to choose a top thing I like finding, it's the Disney home decor. I feel like it's fun to sprinkle some Disney pieces into our home. I also love finding old popcorn buckets. I feel like the old popcorn buckets just used to be so special and detailed. So they had this Magic Kingdom one, and then also this holiday one. The game section though is usually where things start to feel really nostalgic. They usually have lots of old Disney games, and some of them I even remind myself of my childhood that we used to play when we were younger. I thought this group photo one for little ones is really cute. They also had Family Feud, and I do have to say, definitely the Thomas Kincaid puzzle jackpot. There was so many of them, probably the most I've ever seen. I always just ask myself, like, how do you know that all the pieces are in there, because these have been donated? So I would ask myself that. I've never got one and tried it, but when we were younger we had this Sorry Disney edition. The Twister Disney edition looked really fun, but anyone else have Disney seen it? I regret not getting it, but we don't have a DVD player. This was one of our favorite games growing up, and that was really, really fun to play. And then of course in the kids toy section, you're usually gonna find some Disney toys. They had Star Wars, they had more plushes, and then just a whole bunch of fun Disney things if you were looking for any kids toys. CJ, my husband, actually collects Funko Pops, so I love finding those in the parks. And then I thought this little Princess Girls suitcase was really, really fun. As far as clothes in here, I do feel like there aren't as many Disney clothes as some of the other thrift stores. Of course, as always when thrifting, you really got to search and dig through every single item, but I didn't find any cute Disney clothes on this trip. If you have a favorite Orlando thrift store for Disney clothes, let me know in the comments. I'd love to check it out. But I grew up a Vera Bradley girly. Honestly, I still love it. So it's so nostalgic and fun to find old Disney prints or old Vera Bradley prints that I had growing up. And then this little dress was actually, I think, from the Coco or the Epcot Mexico collection. So I did spot that in the dresses. But that was everything I saw on today's trip to Goodwill in Winter Garden. I feel like we found some really good finds. I didn't walk out with anything. I'm trying to only buy stuff that we need or that I absolutely love, because our house is just like getting a little chaotic. So I never want to buy something that I don't need. So I always leave it in case someone else needs it or really, really loves it. This smells so good. Touchland actually sent me this little Mickey case, and it's so cute. It's just a little case that you can add to your Touchland hand sanitizers. The one that they paired it with is the wild watermelon. When this video is posted, these will be live, so I can link them in the bio. And it comes with a cute little keychain, so I think I'm just gonna put it on my bags. I always have a Touchland hand sanitizer with me, so I'm super excited that this is a fun little Disney collab. I love when my favorite everyday brands do collabs with Disney. It's like my favorite thing ever. Now you might be able to see behind me, I've had clothes that I've wanted to take to Plato's Closet for a while, and I thought since we were doing a little thrifting, a little shopping, that maybe I would drop those off in today's vlog. And I feel like the Goodwills, the Disney clothes are a little harder to find. Like, you really have to dig for them, which is like all thrifting. But Plato's Closet is just clothes, so I feel like we might be able to find some Disney things there as well. Seeing your clothes off at Plato's Closet, I feel like is so hit or miss. You always feel like you are dropping off like the best of the best, and they give you like $2. So I do have 2 big bags. Don't have much hope for them. So I feel like I always try Plato's Closet, see if I can do anything because it's so easy. But I also have listed some of my stuff online before, and a lot of people actually bought stuff. So maybe I'll try that again. Plato's Closet is just the easiest thing because you drop them off. Whereas when you list clothes online, I have to like take pictures of them, add the listings, and it takes a little more time. So I always do Plato's Closet first for like an easy like cash return. And then I also have some stuff I want to donate that's in a donate pile. I have something for lunch, head over to Plato's Closet, and I actually think there's another Goodwill over on that side of town, so maybe we're just double Goodwilling today and seeing everything we can find. This is just a fun little Disney thrifting vlog. There is a Plato's Closet in Hakoe, but I do choose to go with the one in Kissimmee because they have a whole Disney section, and they had lots of fun Disney clothes, from spirit jerseys to sweatshirts and all things with Mickey Mouse. They definitely had a lot of fun finds in here. I just think it's so fun to find pieces you can't find anymore. It's almost like one of a kind nowadays. This Pirates of the Caribbean embroidered shirt was really cool, and it was from Walt Disney World, so who knows when that is from. And they had lots of cool Disney merch that I feel like you could style and make cute outfits with for the parks. And again, what makes this like Goodwill and Plato's Closet so nice, in my opinion, is that they have the Disney section. So you can just go through that stuff and you know you're gonna find something with Disney on it. This embroidered zip up was so cool. And then you also will find stuff that's like still in the parks, which I think is really cool. And of course it's gonna be discounted because it is secondhand. When I saw this crew neck, it brought me back to my college program. I loved this sweatshirt. It actually came out when I was on my program and I got it, but back then I used to get like a sweatshirt in a small, so it's not like the oversized fit that I love. So if it was a larger size, I definitely would have got it. This Plato's Closet definitely had the ear jackpot. I feel like they had a lot of good Disney ears, and I love finding Disney ears I don't have. These iridescent ears were really pretty, and I just love Walt Disney World ears. They are definitely the ears I wear the most and I always go back to. I actually wore these in a vlog last week and you guys were asking about them, so they are at Plato's Closet if you want them. And then I don't remember when these velvet ears came out, but they were really pretty too. So many good finds, and again, they're all on sale, so a lot cheaper than you'll find them in the parks. They also had a pretty good bag selection, so if you're looking for a Loungefly, or they even had like a Kate Spade or a Dooney & Bourke, I think this is a good place to find it. But that wasn't all. They had a whole other wall of t-shirts, and they were all separated by sizes, which was really nice. So I went through that, and I did end up really liking this Daisy Duck Disneyland shirt in the yellow. This green shirt was really, really fun. I love the look of the characters on it, and it was only $7, which is such a steal. And then it's funny seeing stuff I already have in my closet, like I have this sweatshirt, and then again, they also have stuff that is still in the parks. They had the iconic Sorcerer Mickey, which is really popular right now. I loved this Mickey cowboy shirt. I thought that one would be really fun to style. And then I think this New York City sweatshirt might be from the Disney store in New York City, which is definitely on my bucket list. And then we can't forget about the iconic viral Walt Disney World character graphic tee. This is when I saw they're actually doing a Disney event. So if you're in the Orlando area and want to do some secondhand shopping at Plato's Closet, I thought that was pretty cool. I had no idea about it, but I felt like it was a great time to drop my clothes off because they were trying to find a lot of Disney stuff for their event next weekend. On this little wall, they had some more ears, some more bags. I really loved this yellow Walt Disney World shirt, but it was in a smaller size, and I do like my stuff more oversized. And then obsessed with these ears. I definitely don't remember these coming out, but I love the navy blue and the pink pattern, and it says they're from 2019. It is officially Lilo and Stitch week, so it looks like they had a little Stitch section, which was like perfect for accessories to go see the live action movie, which guys, when this is out, I will be seeing Lilo and Stitch tomorrow at an exclusive preview. So if you want to see a vlog of that, I will be vlogging that over on my TikTok. Dropped my 2 big bags off at Plato's Closet. The wait was a little longer than I thought it was gonna be. They said 2 hours, but I thought what was really interesting and I think really good timing and why I came to this Plato's Closet, a lot of the stuff I was trying to sell was Disney stuff, and this is probably the biggest Disney Plato's Closet I've seen. If you guys know of another one in the area, this one is in Kissimmee. We're right on Osceola Parkway. By the Loop, so it was a little bit of a drive to get here, but I think it's worth it for me to go to this one. They just have a bigger Disney section, and I didn't know if the Plato's Closet in Winter Garden really would buy that much Disney stuff, and I think it could be a good timing because they have a Disney event going on next weekend. So if you're in the area and you want to look for some secondhand Disney items, this Plato's Closet in Kissimmee is doing an event next weekend. I think it was May 24th and 25th. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the event is, but I'm gonna guess they have a lot of Disney stuff. So my fingers are crossed that I at least buy some of my items. Again, I feel like Plato's Closet is very hit or miss, and they always just take the items you don't think they're going to take. I don't know how much actually they're going to buy, but I guess we'll just set a goal, like maybe making like 50 bucks. That would be a plus, and then I can try and sell some stuff online and then also donate the rest. There is a Goodwill over here, so I'm gonna go ahead and head over to Goodwill. I didn't grab something to eat yet, and I'm hangry. I'm gonna get something to eat, but I'll go to Goodwill first, get something to eat, and then hopefully our guy is ready to be picked up. This is like the opposite side of where we live. So if Disney has 2 different sides, we live on one side, we drive through property, and then Osceola Parkway and Kissimmee is on this side. The side is definitely a lot more touristy and a lot more going on, so I'm usually not over in this area, but they do have a lot of shopping and things to do. Let's go to Goodwill. This is another Goodwill that I come to. It's a little farther from us, so I don't come here as often, but let's go to another Goodwill and do some more Disney thrifting. Okay, so this Goodwill is going to be across the street from the Loop. They don't have as much Disney stuff, in my opinion, as the Winter Garden one, but they do have this whole front Disney section that is organized with Disney stuff. They did have a little more Disney clothes than the other Goodwill though, so I looked through that and they did have some really fun Disney finds. They also had some more ears and the adjustable headband one, the 50th anniversary, and then I think this is Grumpy and he looks a little scary. I loved these tote bags and this little Epcot hat, and then this is always a good find, the bubble wand, instead of having to buy it in the parks. And then of course we found some more souvenir cups. In their little blocked up section, they did have Groot, which I thought was really cute, and this Funko Pop, and a few Disney pins sprinkled in there. More fans. I did think this one was interesting because a lot more of their stuff was in these bags. I'm not sure if you found something, could you take it out of the bag, or do you have to buy everything in this bag? I did think this little popcorn bucket was so cute with all of the characters on it. And then they also did have these Figment cups, and I thought this Winnie the Pooh mug was super sweet. We even found a little Haunted Mansion find, and then I did go through the plushies and find some more Disney plushies. If you don't follow, you might not know that my husband is a firefighter, and I love finding anything Disney firefighter, so this little firefighter truck was super cute. And then a little tip, I always check these little plush bags because one time I did find the find of the year and there was a new emo in here. I didn't find any today, but I do always check in here just in case. Okay, that Goodwill didn't have as much stuff and that was not my favorite. I definitely like the Winter Garden one more. So if you had to choose between the two, I would say go to the Winter Garden Goodwill. They still had a lot of good stuff there, but I think the Winter Garden one is just nicer and usually find more stuff. But now it's finally time to eat, and I think I'm gonna try something new. I saw that they have one close by. I've never tried it before. I'm pretty sure it's pretty popular, so it's kind of crazy I've never tried it. But let's go get some lunch. So as you can tell, I'm at Culvers. I've never tried it before. I don't know if it's a newer thing in Florida, but we didn't grow up with a Culvers by us in South Florida. The line was pretty long. It's pretty busy here. And I don't know if this is normal, but they said everything's made fresh. So I paid, got my drink, and then they just put a sticker on my car and then they come and bring the rest. But first I got a large crispy Coca-Cola. She's crispy. Thank you. Thank you. You scared me. Let me find a place to park and then we'll taste test. Bag's scared. First thing about me is I love a soda in a styrofoam cup. So 99% of the time why I go to Chick-fil-A is because I just think soda tastes better in a large styrofoam. But this still tastes like a good crispy Coke. And if you also follow me, you know I'm a chicken tender girl. I feel like I literally only eat chicken tenders. So that's what I got. I got the chicken tender meal. I think it came with 4 chicken tenders and they look pretty good. Crispy. 4 chicken tenders, and then it came with the fries and the drink. I'm excited to try the fries because they're like crinkle fries and I think they're gonna be really good. Somehow this turned into like a taste test vlog. But I'm hungry. I'm really excited about these. I saw these on the menu. They looked so good, so I hope they live up to the hype. These are the pretzel bites and they look so yummy. I feel really hot, but we're gonna try one. They're like the cutest little circles. Wait. These are good. I may have been sleeping on Culvers. I would honestly come here just for the pretzel bites. That's how good they are. They're like crunchy on the outside, warm, soft on the inside, and like not too salty. I will be eating all of these. Little like to-go ketchups remind me of Chick-fil-A, which I'm a big Chick-fil-A girly. I would say if I had to choose a favorite fast food, it's probably Chick-fil-A. That also was my first job. I was a My Pleasure Chick-fil-A girl. In college though, I ate McDonald's every day. Like, McDonald's was my go-to. There's just something about a McDonald's Coke, their chicken nuggets, and their fries that sometimes just can't be beat. But when I tell you I lived off McDonald's, then I went a good 2 to 3 years without McDonald's because I ate it too much. But we're gonna try the chicken tenders. I'm just a ketchup girly. Don't really like sauce. These are good. Guys, why did no one tell me I had to go to Culvers? If you have a favorite thing at Culvers, comment it below. I don't know if CJ would love these chicken tenders. He's not a big chicken tender person, but I saw they do have buffalo ones that maybe he would like, but let me know. If we go back to Culver's and I bring CJ, what should he order? Now we're gonna try the fries. I always see this girl on TikTok. She eats fast food in her car a lot, which I don't want to say I eat it in my car a lot, but when we're on the go, it's just easy. Like a fast food tray in her car. Crinkle fry. Okay. This is like on Chick-fil-A level good. Next time I definitely need to get like their frozen ice cream. I think they call it custard. Just be me being silly. But I feel like custard was not a Florida thing. Like, I don't think we grew up with custard. I think it was like a Midwest northerner thing. Difference between custard and ice cream. Just a classic vanilla milkshake kind of girl. And I feel like Culver's would have a good one, if they even have that. Now we're just waiting for my Plato's closet buy to be done. The cool thing that they've done though is since the last time I sold at Plato's Closet, you scan like a QR code and then you kind of go in their system. So I'm getting a little nervous because it says that my order like hasn't even been looked at yet, but it is cool that you can kind of see where you are in the process. So I checked in my order. Right now my buy, I don't know why I'm saying order. My buy is in the queue and then they sort it and then it's complete. So mine's still in the queue. So I'm gonna take my time, eat my food in the car. I don't know if we're gonna go anywhere else. There is an Old Navy here and I haven't seen the Old Navy Disney collection in person yet. I did get a few things online. We will pop into Old Navy and just take a look. So is a TJ Maxx, which the main reason I go to TJ Maxx is because usually you can find cute Disney bauble bar earrings. So depending on how I'm feeling after this, we'll do a few more stops before we head back to Plato's Closet. So if you haven't heard yet, Old Navy did a collab with Disney and it's like an Americana collection and everything is so freaking cute. I'm obsessed with it. It's the classic Old Navy family matching styles mixed with their iconic 4th of July style and everything is so good. They have it for babies, toddlers, kids, women's, and men. So you can have a true Disney matching moment this summer. They have sweatshirts, they have t-shirts, tank tops, shorts, bathing suits, all of the things. These little linen button downs are really, really nice. I'll have to see if CJ would style that for the park. And then you guys know I love a comfy sweatshirt, so they have a bunch of those, but the swimsuits are one of my favorite things in this collection. I think the details of them with the gingham pattern and the embroidered details are just so freaking cute. And then we also have the classic kids zip-up swimsuit, which I thought that pattern was really, really fun. But this romper was just so cute. I wish I had someone to get it for. It's super sweet. And then another favorite thing from this collection was the denim. The kids had this cute little overall set, but they also had these shorts. And I'm always in between sizes on jean shorts. So you're gonna see I try it on to see which size I want because I did place an online order for this collection and I haven't tried any of the stuff on. So we're gonna do a little try on. I feel like a favorite though for everyone in this collection is this little Mickey Mouse Americana sweater. More sweatshirts, and then also just like the classic tank tops with Mickey on, just like a staple for summer. And the best part about it is it comes in every single size. Again, you can have your matching family moments. This is my favorite sweatshirt from the collection though, because it has the design on the front and the back, and I just love the classic gray with the Mickey Mouse and the American flag. And how cute is this little boy's matching set? But let's do a try on of some of the stuff to see how it fits. I love this classic t-shirt. This is something I would just throw on over a bathing suit in the summer. And like I said earlier in this video, I love when my favorite brands do a collab with Disney because it's like my two worlds colliding. I ended up trying on the size 0 in the jean shorts and I liked that fit. I probably could also do a 2 for a baggier fit. This is something I ordered online, this tank top in the extra small, and I'm really excited for it to come in and to style it for Memorial Day weekend. And then I had to try on this cozy sweatshirt, trying it on in the large. I could probably also do an extra large, and this is just so cozy. If you want to shop the collection, I'll link it in the bio. I just got a text from Plato's Closet that they are ready for me to come back, so we are headed back across the street, and let's see how much money I made from trying to sell my clothes. Not bad. I made $64. These bags have been sitting in the back of my car. I feel like they didn't take a lot, but I made $60 today. So now, like, what should I go buy? But I ended up taking a lot of my Disney ears and athletic clothes, typically the stuff that I wear like this in the park. So if you're looking to sell some items to this Plato's Closet, like definitely bring in some old Disney ears because they definitely paid for those, and then any comfy athletic clothes. I did bring a lot of like my extra Disney sweatshirts, but it's like too hot for that. I've tried Plato's Closet. I do think I'm going to try and list some of the stuff online on my Curtsy Closet. I've done it before. I've had pretty good luck with it. The worst part about it, which is really not bad, is you do take pictures and you have to list every single item. So that's definitely going to take some time, but when I do post everything to my Curtsy Closet, I'll probably post on my Instagram story with a link. So if you're looking for some really great Disney pieces, I'll sell them pretty cheap. I'll list them on my Curtsy Closet if you guys are interested in that. But I think that's the end of today's vlog, and today ended up being so much more fun than I thought. I love these little chit chat vlogs. It's so hot. My car literally says it's 99 degrees, so I'm sweating and I don't think I have a hair tie. But that's it for today's vlog. I do have some pretty big like life updates and life changes coming super soon. I hate to be the person to like tease stuff like that, but I've made a pretty big life decision that's going to happen over the next few months, and I'm really, really excited about it. And it just means that I get to spend more time with you guys, which is really, really exciting. With that update, I've been thinking about the Merch Mondays, and I don't know if they will consistently be every week. I love posting weekly on YouTube. I think it's really fun, and the long form content is something that you guys really, really like. But when it comes to the Merch Mondays, I don't want to always make my weekly video shopping, if that makes sense. So I think my goal moving forward is just to release a weekly video. I think Mondays work best for me just because like I can film over the weekend and then post on Mondays. So if you guys like Mondays, let me know what you think. But I think it's just gonna start being a weekly video on Mondays. And it's not always going to be merch, but mostly Disney, mixing in a little of everyday life. But I had this idea because my sister's actually coming next week for Memorial Day weekend, and I thought it would be fun to do like a sister Disney weekend vlog. and that would be really, really fun, and then I would share that on Monday. So let me know what you guys think. I always am shopping in the park, so it's basically still going to be shopping vlogs, but it'll turn more into like day in the lives, week in my lives, like stuff like that. I just don't want to like pinpoint myself into just Merch Mondays and shopping. My overall goal though with these life updates is to be able to post more than once a week. YouTube definitely takes up a lot of time, which is why I think most people upload once a week, just because I can edit a TikTok in like 10 minutes and post it, where YouTube usually takes a couple hours with all of the editing and the long form content. Anyway, I'm done yapping. Today was a really fun vlog. I discovered Culvers and I will definitely be going back. I already texted CJ and he's on shift right now and he was like, wait, you tried it without me? Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video. I love you guys and I'm so thankful for all of the things coming up soon, and we're getting pretty close to 4,000 subscribers, which is really exciting. My next goal is 5,000 and I feel like we're gonna be there in not that long. But now I'm headed home to spend the rest of the day with Maui. I love you guys and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video, which is most likely going to be a Sisters Disney Weekend vlog.